Yes. Okay, you're going to tell me when you're ready. Great. Hello, how are you?
I'm Rachel from the ABC.
Oh, lovely to meet you, Rachel.
Yeah, I've been out up in Rockland.
Really? So you're only just down here, are you? Oh, fantastic. Oh, you've got a good gig to cover this morning. Yeah. Absolutely. You don't get many of them.
You can use it all the time if you like.
You just might have to pay for it next time. Good to go? Oh, I just said good to go.
I'll just put that there if that's
Leanne, are you coming up? Do you want to come
Do you
up?
want the mic on?
Okay.
Our mic? Or not? No. Perfect.
So, well, I just looked down there. Okay. Well, it is great to be here at the Emporium Hotel this morning with Leanne Coddington, who is the CEO of Tourism and Events Queensland, and John McElwain, who is General Manager of the Emporium Hotel. Queensland is good to go, and today we are launching the next major tourism campaign to welcome visitors here. It's a $2 million campaign, including featuring the Emporium Hotel, and it's going to screen on TV screens right across Queensland tonight and in Sydney and Melbourne. We are expecting 10 million Aussies to see it, and of course to immediately want to go out and book their Easter and post-Easter holidays. It comes on the top of the really successful Good to Go campaign that we launched in the middle of last year, and that generated $4.6 billion in economic impact. It supported 234,000 people whose jobs are in the tourism industry, and it created 30 million visitor nights. This campaign is absolutely critical, not only because it gives people a chance to see more of our beautiful state, but because our tourism operators and the small businesses who are part of their supply chain, who are around them, are really struggling, and they need us, they need this campaign to be successful. So the Emporium Hotel is good to go, and Queensland is good to go, and here we are. Have a look.
Queensland is good to go. It means our tourism and event operators are ready to welcome you.
We have flexible booking options,
Gold standard health practices,
and COVID-safe events.
So book your Queensland holiday
now.
We say Queensland is good to go. It's not just because a holiday here will do you the world of good.
It means our tourism and event operators are ready to welcome you.
G'day, Matty.
With gold standard health practices. Guys.
from deep cleaning to social distancing.
And COVID-safe events.
Plus, flexible booking options in case plans need to change.
So book your holiday now.
Yep, Queensland is good to go.
And I'll hand over to Leanne. How good is that?
Thank you very much, Minister Farmer. And it is fantastic to be here this morning to see this next iteration of the Good to Go campaign, which is going to debut on TV screens right along the East Coast from tonight. And when we launched Good to Go, we really saw that it hit a chord and continued to deliver a simple but really effective message. And that key focus has always been on conversion and getting people to book a Queensland holiday right now. So this commercial is part of an overarching campaign which will have wide reach, including being on television, radio, out of home and digital. And it will feature all areas of our amazing state. We expect 10 million Australians to see this campaign in the next 6 weeks. And our focus is really about converting interest and awareness and that pent-up demand into booking a holiday. People have lots of choice, and we want to ensure that Queensland is top of mind. And we're keen to ensure that we provide confidence, particularly to interstate travellers, so that they can safely book a Queensland holidays. And it's been great to work with a range of industry across the state who feature in the ad, and also to welcome back Busby Marou, who've been fantastic ambassadors for us in our Good to Go campaign. Thank you.
Leanne, can you talk us through how important is Sydney and Victoria? What does that contribute, that tourism market?
Yeah, so our major interstate markets are New South Wales and Victoria, and in particular those two capital cities of Sydney and Melbourne. They're extremely important to us. Of our domestic market, probably just under 50% of our domestic market and Queenslanders make up the rest. So we've been really well supported by Queenslanders so far this year, and we're so keen to be welcoming interstate visitors, particularly as we head into Easter and then through until the middle of the year.
In the there was a focus on keeping things clean and being COVID safe. Is the market research showing that people are concerned about that when they're booking a holiday?
What we have seen change in our research is that traditionally safety has always been a key factor when you're booking a holiday. But what we see now is that whilst it used to sit below the line and be something that people expected, they actually want to hear about it now. So it's really important that we give people confidence that we know our operators are doing an amazing job in being COVID safe, in having flexible booking practices so that people can have that security and confidence when they book a Queensland holiday.
Question for the Minister. Okay. Throughout the pandemic, we've seen the goalposts being shifted on water rules. We had the 28 days, no local cases, map and no unlinked cases. We had a 48-hour rule. We got rid of that. Why should people feel confident about booking a trip to Queensland? We can shop with water animal.
I think you can see that this campaign really reassures people that their holidays are going to be COVID safe, that there are flexible booking conditions, and I think just generally you're hearing the Chief Health Officer talk about how well things are going, about the vaccination program, our increasing confidence about how things are in Queensland. So this campaign really highlights the fact that the tourism industry is really making it as comfortable as possible for people to make those bookings and know that regardless of what happens, it's going to be okay. But things are very positive in Queensland, and this is very important to highlight that.
What would it take to trigger the closure of
Look, that's a question you would need to ask the Chief Health Officer, because of course we take the advice of the Chief Health Officer, and so that's a question you'll have to direct to her.
Can you understand why people would be apprehensive though, wanting to book a big trip to Queensland and not knowing if the borders could close again?
Look, I can understand that people may think that, and I know there's been, people have been hit in the past, but I think this campaign makes it really clear that there are flexible booking conditions, that the tourism operators are COVID safe. It's a really key component of this campaign to actually really address that confidence and make sure that people know that they can make that booking, and if something happens, then they've got some options out of it.
Why are businesses so desperate? We know JobKeeper's ending in a few days now. Are you worried about that for tourism operators?
We are very worried about the effect of JobKeeper, and the Premier has said over and over again that she really wants some targeted support for the tourism industry. That's why this campaign is so important. Tourism operators, and it's not just the tourism operators, it's actually the small businesses around them, the small businesses in their communities and in the supply chains who are really suffering. And so this campaign, this is a way all Queenslanders can support our tourism industry, but we really need the Prime Minister to kick in with some targeted support as well.
Are there going to be more holiday dollars rolled out to other destinations across the state like we've seen in Cairns?
This comes on the top of quite significant support the Queensland Government has given the tourism industry, including the Cairns vouchers, which were snapped up, and we're looking at other opportunities as well. But we certainly have made record investments in the tourism industry for the last 4 years, and we've seen the results of those.
What makes this campaign aggressive?
I'm sorry?
What makes this campaign aggressive? It's got it here in the press release, and the Premier mentioned it when she announced it a couple of weeks ago. What about it is aggressive?
We are going out right across Australia. We don't want just Queenslanders to be seeing this beautiful state. We want the whole of Australia to realise how fantastic Queensland is and to come up here and book their holidays. And we're going straight to that issue of COVID safety and confidence in their travel bookings. That's what the campaign shows us. So we're saying to people, Queensland's fantastic. If you've got any worries, don't worry, because Queensland's good to go.
Minister, what's your pick for a tourism destination if you can book a holiday and go anywhere in Queensland?
Well, I've just been to 4 of those travel destinations in the last couple of months, and so I'm going to be looking at going to all of those places over the next 6 months myself.
Just on another matter, New South Wales obviously dealing with some wild weather. Queensland is going to help out.
Yes, look, I think we are all watching that situation in New South Wales and quite concerned for the people affected. So Queensland is sending down 10 boats, 40 crew, some swiftwater rescue teams and drones to assist.
And Minister, speaking of good to go, are GPs good to go with the AstraZeneca rollout from tomorrow?
I think the Chief Health Officer has made statements about that, and for any details on those things, you'll need to ask the Chief Health Officer.
And can any comment be made about the fire at Parkridge from Thursday night? Do you know if anyone's been charged with that yet?
You would have to ask the Police Commissioner.
And we just want, we were going to say, do you want to say a few words? Thank you. They jumped in with the questions too quick, sorry.
Can you just start by saying your first and last one?
Is John McElwain.
And how do you spell your last
MCILWAIN.
name? And your title, John?
General Manager, Emporium Hotels.
John, you must be proud of your hotel starring in this new campaign.
It's fantastic. Look, it's a delight to be involved, and we thank the Queensland Government for their efforts in this campaign. The tourism is such a vital part to the Queensland economy, so this showcasing Brisbane and Queensland is a fantastic initiative, and we're good to go here at the Emporium.
What's the last year been like for you, and how much do you rely on interstate tourists?
Look, it's definitely been tough. I'm very proud to say the Queenslanders have supported their own during this crisis. So we have seen a lot of that domestic tourism come through. We do need that interstate and international visitation. When Sydney lifted their borders in that greater Sydney area, we definitely saw an influx out of that region. So it's still tough, but there are signs of improvement.
Do you fully refund bookings?
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else you'd like?
No, I'm just saying we're here at the Emporium. We are good to go. Bring it on.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Any other questions? We're all good?
Thank you.